In this video, I'd like to share with you how I removed my limiting beliefs to make over $1,000 online. So when we get to 30,000 subs on YouTube, I'll give away $2,000. All you have to do to win that money is to watch the video until the end, to subscribe, and to share it with a friend. And I also have a gift for you. In the description of this video, you will find a free training where I share with you step by step how I went from zero to over $1,200 per day with my business. And right now, a few spots have opened up for the free consultation call with me, where together we come up with a game plan to get to 5K per month in 90 days or less. But be quick because our spots fill up extremely quickly. The link will be in the description below. The first thing I'd like to share with you is why your limiting beliefs will hold you back more than anything else. So as you can see here, I put a picture of myself when I was around 17. And personally, I think that if you look into my eyes or you just look at my face, you could see that I was just dead inside. I hated my life. And that's when I was 21 to 22. And you can see on this picture, like, life is much better. Not only because I'm in nice places and enjoying life for real this time, but I look happier because I transformed myself as a person. Here I was shy, I had some kind of social anxiety, and here I'm in one of the best gyms in the world. I mean, this place is beautiful. You can just take a look at the view, and I'm literally in the best shape of my life. Here I'm watching the beautiful sunset, and here I'm celebrating my 22nd birthday with my family in a fine dining restaurant. So I've been in plenty of programs, and I've witnessed some people succeeding and some people failing. And I used to really believe that the people who succeeded did so because they were smarter or more talented than others. And so for that, for the longest time, I believed the game was rigged. And guess what? I was broke. But that was lazy thinking on my end. That's what I came to realize later on. I realized that there was one main thing that was holding most people back, aside from just work ethic or intelligence. It was mindset and beliefs. Because that version of me here, the guy who was 17 and anxious, depressed, broke, he had very different beliefs than this man here. I literally became a completely different version of myself. That's what it took. And the funny thing is, when people look at you from the outside, they don't know your story. They don't know your beliefs or anything about you. They just see the results you have in life, but they don't even know what it took to get there. So for example, if you look at these pictures, it's easy to think, oh, I was born in wealth. Or it's like, I always had that from the start. Like somehow for me, it was easy to get it. But then you look at this picture, and just by looking at this picture, would you think that this guy would have a future? Maybe not. At the time, I felt like I didn't. And that's why the first lesson I want to share with you, and this is extremely important for you to understand, it's that what you believe to be true shapes your reality, the world that you get to experience. If it sounds too woo-woo, click off this video, stay broke, keep working for a boss who doesn't care about you. I don't care. I won't keep making more money, growing my businesses, and being financially free. So this stuff, whether you accept it or not, really doesn't affect me. It only affects you. So as you can see here, I put an example of how your beliefs affect your reality. So for example, you've got this woman here thinking, I'm unattractive and undesirable. And so this man looks at her, and whenever somebody looks at her in general, that is what she thinks. She thinks, oh, people are staring because I'm unattractive. But the thing is, how would she know what other people are thinking? Because in reality, maybe the guy is thinking she's super pretty. But because when she was a kid, maybe her mother or her friends treated her badly and told her that nobody loved her because she was ugly, that's what she believes now. And so nowadays, whenever somebody looks at her, she thinks it must be because they think she's unattractive. When how could she even know? And so as you can see, in this case, it's not even the truth. He's not thinking that at all. But regardless, it doesn't matter because she can't read his thoughts. And so because she believes he thinks she's not attractive, that is how it affects her on a daily basis, even though it's not the objective truth. That's what I really want you to understand. If you look at successful people and think, oh, they just got lucky, or I can't do it, you don't even know their story. You haven't been there every step of the way. So it's like you just limit yourself from the get-go. The second lesson I would like to share with you is that your beliefs are like tinted glasses. If you don't remove them, you will always see the world in the same way. Everything in life is literally just a matter of perspective. In nature, there is no judgment. Let me give you an example. As human beings, we typically label death as something negative. We lose the people we love. We lose our pets. We see it as something tragic. But in nature, it's not tragic. It's just a part of the cycle of life. It is what it is. It's not good. It's not bad. It simply is. Because without death, we wouldn't have life. We need opposites for literally everything. So it's part of a process, of a cycle. There's nothing wrong with it. Yet, we label it as negative. And in some cultures, in fact, death is seen as a positive. It's like you reach another realm. And so I put some glasses here because, like I said, your beliefs are like tinted glasses. So let's say you believe you can't succeed in business for whatever reason. Because you don't have enough money, because you're too young, because whatever, because you're born in X country, or because you don't know how to do it. you don't have the skills or the knowledge or because you're a woman or whatever. The world is what it is. But you apply your filter to how you view reality, to the life that you experience. And so this is exactly what you get to experience. Life always agrees with you. It works like a mirror. So if you say, oh, I can't succeed because taxes are too high, or oh, I can't succeed because I don't have the skills, I don't know how to do it, then the world says, okay, and that is your reality. When I was a kid and even a teen, I read lots of books on money, on finances, and I read the famous Rich Dad Poor Dad. Everybody knew that book. And I think in that book, if I recall correctly, he told people to basically stop saying, I can't do it. Stop saying, I can't afford it. And instead, ask yourself, how can I do it? How can I afford it? When you say, I can't do it, the world agrees with you. But when you say, how can I do it? The world presents you opportunities that show you how you could achieve it. But when you say you can't, you close your mind off to any possibilities. And so you stay stuck in the same situation. That is the mistake that most people make. The third lesson I would like to share with you is that how come one person will leave a 1-star review for one of the best hotels in the world, while another person will say it's the best hotel they've ever stayed at? The answer is human perception. So I literally took an example of one of the best hotels in London, the Four Seasons Hotel. And as you can see on TripAdvisor, somebody left a 1-star review and somebody a 5-star review. And if you go look on the page, there's like 1,700 reviews, something like that. And most of the reviews are 5-star reviews. But there's still some very negative ones. And that's because regardless of even if you're the best at what you do, there's always going to be some people who don't like it. You cannot please everyone. That's what people pleasers need to really understand. If the Four Seasons Hotel cannot please everyone, you're not going to be able to please everyone. So the first limiting belief I really want you to break down right now is that succeeding takes a long time. Now, to be honest, it can be true, especially if you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to figure everything out on your own. This mistake, it cost me years of my life, and I wasted thousands in the wrong opportunities. So as you can see, when I was 17, I only had $400 to my name. That was basically it. Now, sometimes I would get a little bit of money, but I would blow it on stupid stuff instead of saving it up to be able to invest in myself. And when you're at this stage, especially when you're 17 or whatever, let's say you've got $400, $1,000 in your bank, you think, oh my God, I can't spend it. Because what happens if I lose it? But most likely, if you live with your parents, you've got no bills, you've got nothing to pay for. So it's like, it's money for you to use freely. Every year with inflation, your buying power basically decreases. So if you don't spend that money, you're losing money actively every year. Instead, you could spend that money to learn high-income skills to make more money. And this would serve you for the rest of your life. Because while most people would graduate, look for a job, be stuck in the corporate hamster wheel, you would already have high-paying skills. So you could get one of the best jobs in the world, or even better yet, start your own business, be fully in control of your financial future, and make millions if you want to. What I really want you to understand is that in life, you always pay with one of the two following currencies, time or money. But the thing is, paying with money will always be the smartest choice. Why? Because time, you only have so much of it. It's a very limited resource. Time is far more precious than money. I can guarantee right now, we take any old billionaire. We tell them, if you give up 90% of your wealth, you can be 20 years old again. Don't you think they would say yes? Maybe some of them they wouldn't, but most of them I can assure you they would. Otherwise, we wouldn't try to, find a way to extend life and to live longer if we didn't care. The third limiting belief I'd like to share with you is that, oh, but I have no skills, so I can't start a business. I spoke to hordes of people who wanted to start their own online business, and there hasn't been a single time I wasn't able to identify a potential skill, passion, or interest that the person I was talking to could monetize and turn into a 6-figure business at least. So more often than not, when you think, I don't have the skills, so I can't start a business, it's an excuse that your brain uses to keep you stuck in your comfort zone. But you've got to be smarter than your own brain. So to give you an example, back then, I thought I had no skills. I was just a teen. But I spoke French, English, and Spanish. I could have taught people English. My English wasn't the best, even right now. It's not the most perfect or whatever, but I don't care, it's mine, and I could still teach people. And here I put a screenshot of a Google search I've done to show you that the global e-learning market, the size of it, it was basically over 200-something billion in 2023. And look at this. It is expected to reach $740.46 billion in 2032. It's in just a few years. It's almost $1 trillion industry. Do you realize that? How huge this is? $1 trillion. What could you do with $1 trillion? Right now, I can guarantee there is a skill, a knowledge, a passion that you have. It could even be just an interest that you could teach others. Some of my customers, they help people to get in shape. Others help people to overcome social anxiety. or help businesses to get more leads. It can literally be anything. I've worked with people as well who taught people languages or an instrument. So when you say, oh, I don't have the skills, I can't do it, recognize that this is just an excuse. Nobody is born with skills. Sometimes you have a natural talent, but it wasn't the case for me. And it's not the case for 99% of people. So you've got to learn the skills. So in life, you can be a resourceful person, figure out what it takes, find the money you need, learn the skills you need, and make it happen. Or you can be, a victim of circumstances. But then you never move forward because you let circumstances hold you back. So many people wait for life to change before they change themselves. But if you don't take leaps of faith, you don't accept uncertainty, you will forever stay stuck in the same position, in the same place that you don't want to stay and that you hate. The next limiting belief I'd like to share with you is I already work a full-time job, so I don't have enough time to start a business. This is once again wrong. This is an excuse created by your brain to keep you in your safe zone, what you're familiar with. Most of my customers, they came to me, they were already working a full-time job. Some of them, they were even working 80 plus hours per week, but they still found a way to make it work. It's about how you prioritize your time. If it really matters to you, you will find the time. Or you can be the person who says, I can't do it. Okay, but stay exactly where you are and accept it. Limiting belief number 5. I need a completely original and revolutionary business idea. This is again wrong. So unless you have decades of experience in business, I absolutely do not recommend you try to create something that's never been done before, because 99% of the time, this fails miserably. Beginners need to focus on starting a cash flow business that allows them to get to 10K to 100K per month with minimal overhead and high profit margins. For example, with coaching, profits are 95%, whereas with business models like dropshipping, affiliate marketing, your profits at 5 to 20%. It's nothing. So no, you don't need to create something revolutionary. You don't need to create the new PayPal, Uber, Facebook, or Airbnb. Not for a first business, and not if you just want to enjoy life and make between 10K to 100K per month. Now, the next limiting belief I'd like to share with you is that only lucky people become successful, and I'm not lucky, and life hates me. Therefore, I can't succeed. So, in life, there is such a thing as luck. I'm gonna be honest with you. It determines in which country, in which family you're born, so it does determine a lot of things, but you can still choose to do whatever it takes to make your own luck, regardless of your current starting point. So the goal is to do so much that it becomes completely unreasonable for you not to get results. I can promise you that when you work hard and consistently on something for 1 to 5 years, your life will never be the same. So here I put a picture of myself like the same one you've seen before, and this was actually a screenshot of me going for a walk. So why? Why did I put a screenshot of me going for a walk? That's because back then I had so much social anxiety. I'm not kidding you when I say I couldn't even go for a walk outside. So when I texted my best friend, I sent him a picture and a video showing him I went outside, which I hadn't done in months. He literally congratulated me. So I went from this to being here. What makes you think you couldn't do it too? Now, be completely honest with yourself. If you already knew how to make $10,000 plus per month online, you would have done it already by now. You wouldn't be watching this video, and it's probably not the first video you've been watching on how to make money online, which is why right now, to help you, I've put together a free video training where I show you in detail how I went from zero to over $1,200 per day with my own business. I literally share everything I did step by step. And a few spots have also opened up for the free consultation call with me, where together we come up with a game plan to go from zero to $5,000 plus per month in 90 days or less. But be quick, because our limited spots fill up extremely quickly. The links will be in the description below. With that being said, I will see you on the other side.